lords, and all ye good folk, I welcome thee to Redeemer School's Globe Theater for tonight's much anticipated masterpiece of Shakespeare's The Tempest. We are, yes, you are all in store for an adventure filled with surprises, storms, shipwrecks, and also family, trust, and forgiveness. So join me as we open in prayer. Father God, we thank you for the gift of storytelling and for the opportunity to perform this play, knowing you are where we can place our ultimate trust, and you are our source of ultimate forgiveness. We thank you that you are in control, no matter what storms or surprises come our way. Tonight, thank you for our gifts and talents that are so present. May we use those to glorify you and to be reminded of the truth that you give us. May our hearts and minds be ready to receive anything that you have to teach us tonight about your world and our need for you. Bless this time. Be with our cast, our crew, all of our families, and thank you for all the ways you've already blessed us. And we ask this time to be in your name, in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, now before our players get started, I need to remind you of some trivial matters. These lighted devices that you might have, tablets, phones, things like that, please make sure they are on silent and put away. And those things in our lives that might record, that's fine. We like to record, but please make sure they're not in the aisles or in the way of your goodly neighbor. And last but not least, if you need to use the water closets, while there are many doors, we ask that you use the back door to go down the hallway to those bathrooms so that you don't get in the way of any adventure that might be happening in the aisles. Now, without further ado, may I present to you William Shakespeare and Lord Chamberlain's Man.
Welcome to the Globe Theatre, the finest theatre in London.
We are members of the Lord Chamberlain's Men, a company of actors known for performing the plays of William Shakespeare.
My name is William Shakespeare. I was a playwright, poet, and actor of standing. I helped found the Lord Chamberlain's Men and remained with the company for 20 years of my life. We performed at court more than any other company.
In 1599, the Globe Theatre was built, and Mr. Shakespeare was a 10% shareholder. He died in 1616 in Stratford. During his life, he composed 37 plays and 154 sonnets, which were first published in 1623 by his friends in the First Folio.
Tonight, thy diversion will be the Tempest, the tale of magic, betrayal, and forgiveness.
Hark, hark, our sovereign majesty, Queen Elizabeth, has condescended to attend these evening's revels. I do entreat you, sirs and madams, please rise from your benches. Up, up!
Gentlemen, as she passes, you will bow from thy waist and doff thy cap. Ladies, curtsy with poise that we may defer to our royal patroness.
Oh,
With all good civility.
I do espy her majesty's procession. She nears!
Welcome, Your Majesty, to our humble theater. We are determined this night to make such efforts as will please your grace. To these ends, present sonnets and couplets as a prelude to our play.
and gentlemen, please lend your ear. Shakespeare's comedy, The Tempest, draws near. A tale of magic begins to take seed. With a raging storm, it's a tempest indeed.
I direct you to Europe off Italy's coast. A sorcerer, Prospero, will soon be your host.
As we wait for arrival, cast over your eyes, the ship before us is near its demise.
It tosses and heaves in the frenzied sea. The storm boils with anger as wild as can be. The wind howls in fury, flames smother the ship, sails twist and tangle in the tempest's grip.
Alfonsina, Queen of Naples, hurries along. She has come up to see what has gone wrong.
She bellows to sailors, "Do something quick!" The boatswain shouts, "This storm is too thick."
Ferdinand the prince is in such dismay. He stumbles on deck in complete disarray. He and Sebastian, the queen's younger brother, tremble and cry and cling to each other.
Antonio, Duke, and Gonzalo, Lord, fear they will all be washed overboard.
The rigging trembles, the mainsail rips, the rudder breaks, and the crow's nest tips. With the knee-splitting crack, the mast falls down. Within minutes, every soul will be drowned.
Beneath the dark waves, the doomed boat sinks, but two figures watch over the rocky chinks.
It is Prospera, the enchanter of the scene, and her daughter Miranda, a girl of 15.
Miranda wails and cries in despair. They've all vanished in that storm out there. My dearest mother, your magic I deplore. You have caused this awful, terrible uproar. You see, I was Milan's duchess, and I ruled with care. She was the princess, and my only heir.
Prospero continued to stare out to sea. My brother Antonio despised you and me.
He desired my position, my place, and my power. Ambition turned his love for me sour. I was not prepared for such debate, and one night Antonio unlocked Milan's gate.
We were pulled from our beds, smuggled to a boat, a horrible craft that could hardly float.
It was only faith that kept us alive, or perhaps the will to survive.
We have lived here 12 years, just you and me, and now my brother just sailed by the sea. The time is right for me to set things straight. Go to sleep, dear daughter, you are up too late.
Now let's watch the men, the monsters, the sprites. Shakespeare's The Tempest is a comedic delight. Enjoy the show! Let the play commence!
Bosun,
Your master, what's here?
good. Speak to the mariners. Fall to it, yarly, or we run ourselves to the ground. Bestir, bestir!
Aye, my hearts, truly, truly, my hearts. Yar, yar, take in the topsail, tend to the mast and whistle, blow till thou burst thy wind, if room enough.
Good bosun. Where's the master?
I pray now, keep below.
Where's the master, boatswain?
If you don't hear him, do more our labor. Keep your cabins. You do assist the storm.
Nay, good be patient.
When the sea is, hence, what cares these words for the name of the queen? To cabin, silence, trouble us not.
Good, yet remember whom thou hast aboard.
None that I love more than myself. You are a counselor. If you can command these elements and work the peace of the president, you will not hand her up more. If you cannot, give thanks you have lived so long and make yourself ready in your cabin for the chance of the hour, if so it happen. Cheerly, good hearts, out of our way, I say.
I have great comfort from this fellow. Methinks his complexion is perfect gallows. Send fast, good fate, to his hanging, for our own little advantage. If he be not born to be hanged, our case is miserable.
Down with the Thomas! Yard! Lower, lower! Bring our child with the main course! Ah! A plague upon this alley! They're louder than the weather or our office. Yet again, what do you here? Shall you avoid drown? If you mind to sink!
Hog to your throat, you falling! Blasphemous and terrible dog!
Work you then!
Hang, cur! Hang, you insolent noisemaker! We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art!
All warrant him for drowning, for the ship be no stronger than a nutshell, and as weak as unstrength. Wench!
Lay her a hold! A hold! Send her close enough to see again! Lay her off!
All lost! Prayers! Prayers! All lost!
What? Must their mouths be cold?
The queen and prince at prayers. Let's assist them for our cases as theirs.
I'm out of patience!
We are merely cheated our lives by drunkards and this white-chapped rascal. Would thou lie the washing of drowning the washing of 10 tides?
He'll be hanged yet, though every drop of water swear against it.
We'll all sink with the queen!
Let's take leave of her.
Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for just an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown furs, anything. The wills of dove be done, but I would fain die a dry death.
Hell is empty. No devils are here.
Oh.
By your art, my dearest mother, you have put the wild waters in this roar. Allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinking pitch, but that sea, mounting to the welkin's cheek, dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those I saw suffer. A prey vessel who had, no doubt, some noble creature in her, dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry to knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ere it should the good ship so have swallowed the frauding souls within her.
Be collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart, there is no harm done.
Oh, woe the day.
No harm. I have done nothing. but in care of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospera, master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater mother.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time. I should inform thee further. Lend thy hand, pluck my magic garment from me. Lie there, mine art. Let thine eyes have comfort. The direful spectacle of the wreck, which touched the very virtue of compassion in thee, I have, with such provision in mine art, so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as a hair, but hid to any creature aboard the vessel, which thou heardest cry and which thou sawest sink. Sit down, for thou must know further.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped, left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
The hour is now come. The very minute bids thee ope thine ear. Obey and be attentive. Canst thou remember a time before we came into this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou was not out 3 years old.
Certainly, madam, I can.
By what? By any other house or person? Of any image, tell me, that hath kept with thy remembrance.
'Tis far off, and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst. And more, Miranda. But how is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark backward abysm of time? If thou rememberest, ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda, 12 years since, thy mother was Duchess of Milan and a prince of power.
Madam, are you not my mother?
Thy father was a piece of virtue, and he said, thou wast my daughter, thou her only heir, and a princess no worse issue.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was it we did?
Both, my girl, by foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved thence, but blessedly helped hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the teen I've turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you farther.
My brother and thy uncle, called Antonio, I prithee, mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. He who next thyself of all the world I loved, and to him put the manage of my state. Oops. As at the time, throughout all the signorities, it was the first. And Prospera, the prime duchess, being so reputed in dignity for all the liberal arts, without a parallel. Those being all my study, the government I cast upon my brother, and to my state grew stranger, being transported and wrapped in secret studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend me?
Madam, most heedfully.
Being once perfected, how to grant suits, and how to deny them, who to advance, and who to trash for over the top. New created, the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed them, having both the key of officer and office. He set all hearts in a state to what tune pleased his ear. That now he was the ivy which had hid my princely trunk and sucked my verdure on. Thou attendest not.
Oh, good madam, I do.
I prithee, mark me. Thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to the closeness and bettering of my mind, with that which, but by being so retired, are past all popular rate, and in my false brother awakened an evil nature, and my trust, like a good parent, did beget of him a falsehood, in its contrary as great as my trust had been, which indeed had no limit. A confidence stands bound. He being thus lorded, not only with what my revenue yielded, but with what my power might else exact, like one who, having into truth by telling of it, made such a sinner of his memory to credit his own lie. He did believe he indeed was the Duke. Out of the substitution and executing the outward face of royalty with all prerogative. Hence, his ambition growing. Dost thou hear?
Your tale, madam, would cure deafness.
To have no screen between this part he played and she he played it for, he needs will be absolute Milan. Me, poor woman, my library was dutchy large enough. Of temporal royalties, he thinks me not incapable. Confederates. So dry, he was for sway with the Queen of Naples, to give him annual tribute, do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom yet unbowing. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens.
Mark his condition and the event. Then tell me if this might be a brother.
I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now's the condition. The Queen of Naples, being an enemy to mine, inveterate, hearkened to my brother's suit, which was that he, in lieu with all the premises of homage, and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all the honors on my brother. Whereon a treacherous army levied, one midnight faded to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness the ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Alack for mercy! I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it over again. It is a hint that rings mine eyes to it.
Hear a little further, then I'll bring thee to the present business, which now is upon us, without which this story were most impertinent.
Wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, girl. Dear, they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me, nor set a mark so bloody on the business, but with colors fair, painted their foul ends. In few, they hurried us aboard a bark, bore us some leagues to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged, nor tackle, sail, nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity, sighing back again, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, a cherubim, thou wast that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven, when I have decked the sea with drops full salt, and under my burden groaned, then raised up in me an undergoing stomach, to bear up against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food had we and some water, that a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, out of his charity, being then appointed master of this design, did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessities, which since have steadied much. So, of his gentleness, knowing I loved my books. He furnished me from mine own library with volumes I prized above my dictum.
Would I might but ever see that man.
Now I rise. Sit still! And hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here on this island we arrived, and here have I, thy schoolmistress, made thee more profit than other princesses can have, who have more time for vainer hours and tutors not so careful.
Heavens, thank you for it. And now, I pray you, madam, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising this sea storm?
Know thus far forth, thy accident most strange, bountiful fortune. Now my dear lady hath mine enemies brought unto this shore. And by my persons I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose fortunes, if now I court not but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here, cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and give it way. I know thou canst not choose. Come, approach my Ariel, come. I am ready now, approach my Ariel.
All hail, great mistress.
Grave madam, hail.
I come to answer thy best pleasure, be it to fly,
To swim,
to ride on the curled clouds,
to dive into the fire.
to thy strong bidding task, Ariel, and all her quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to the point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article.
I boarded the queen's ship.
Now on the beak,
Now on the waist.
the deck,
In every cabin.
I flamed amazement,
Sometimes I'll divide.
and burn in many places.
On the topmast.
The yards,
And bowsprit.
would I flame distinctly, then meet and join.
join.
Job's lightnings, the precursors of the dreadful thunderclaps, more momentary and sight outrunning were not.
The fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege, and make his bold waves tremble, yea, his dread trident shake.
My brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant, that this coil would not infect their reason.
Not a soul, but felt a fever of the mad, and played some tricks of desperation.
All but mariners plunged in the foaming brine and quit the vessel.
Then, all fire within me, the queen's son, Ferdinand, with hair upstaring,
Then, like reeds, not hair,
was the first man that leapt, cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here."
Why, that's my spirit. Oh, was this not nigh shore?
Close by, my mistress.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before.
And, as thou badest me, in troops have I dispersed them about the isle,
The queen's son have I landed by himself,
whom I left cooling of the air with sighs in an odd angle of the isle.
and sitting, his arms in this sad knot.
Of the queen's ship, the mariners, say thou hast disposed. And all the rest of the fleet?
Safely in harbor is the queen's ship.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed. there's more work. What's the time of the day?
On the 6th hour.
Past the mid-season, at least 2 glasses. The time between 6 and now must buy spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost forget, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed to me.
How now? Moody? What is it thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out, no more.
I prithee remember, I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies,
Made thee no mistaking.
served without grudge or grumblings.
Thou didst promise to bait me a full year.
Dost thou forget what a torment I did free thee?
No, madam.
Oh, thou dost. And thou think it is much to tread the ooze of the salt deep, to run upon the sharp winds of the north, to do me business in the veins of the earth, when it is baked with frost.
I do not, madam.
Thou liest, malignant thing! Hast thou forgot the foul witch, Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, madam.
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Madam, in Argier.
Oh, was she so? I must once a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgettest. This damned witch Sycorax, for mischiefs manifold, and sorceries terrible. To enter human hearing, thou knowest, from Argier was banished. For one thing she did, they would not take her life. Is not this true?
Aye, madam, but
This blue-eyed hag was hither brought with child, and left here by the sailors. Thou, my servant, as thou reports thyself, was then her servant. And, for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthly, and abhorred commands, refusing her grand hest, she did confine thee, with the help of her more potent ministers, into a cloven pine, within which rift thou didst painfully remain a dozen years, within which space she died and left thee there, where thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. Then was this island, save for the son that she did litter here, a freckled whelp hag born, not honored with a human shape.
yes, Caliban, her son.
Don't thing say I so. He, that Caliban, whom now I keep in my service. Thou knowest best what a torment I did free thee. Thy groans did make wolves howl and penetrate the breasts of ever-angry bears. It was a torment to lay upon the damned, which Sycorax could not again undo. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, mistress.
If thou more murmurest, I shall rend an oak and peg thee in his naughty entrails till thou hadst howled away 12 winters.
Pardon, mistress. I will be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Do so. And after 2 days, I will discharge thee.
That's my noble mistress. What shall I do? Say, what shall I do?
Go. Make thyself like a nymph of the sea. Be subject to no sight but thine and mine only, invisible to every eyeball else. Go, take the shape and hither come in it. Hence with diligence. Awake, dear heart, awake. Thou hadst slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Take it off. Come on, we'll visit Caliban, my servant, who will never yield us a kind answer.
'Tis a villain, madam, I do not love to look on.
Aye, but as kiss, we cannot miss him. For he does make our fire, fetch in our wood, and serve in offices that profit us. What ho! Servant, thou art thou speak!
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say. There's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise, win. Fine apparition, my quaint Ariel. Hearken thine ear.
My lady, it shall be done.
Thou most poisonous servant, got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked do as ere my mother, brushed with raven's feather from unwholesome fin, drop on you both! A southwest blow on ye, and blister you all over.
For this be sure, tonight thou shalt have cramps, side stitches that shall pin thy breath up. Urchin shall, that for that vast of night, that they may work all exercise on thee, thou shalt be pinched as thick as honeycomb, each pinch more stinging than the bees that made them.
I must eat my dinner, because this island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest with. When thou camest first, thou strokest me, and madest much of me, wouldst give me water with berries in it, and teach me how to name the bigger light, and how the less, that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Cursed be I that did so! All the charms of Sycorax, toads, beetles, bats, light on you. For I am all the subjects that you have, which first was mine own king. And here you stymie in this hard rock, whiles you do keep me from the rest of the isle.
Thou most lion slave, whom stripes may move not kindness, I pity thee, filth though thou art, with human care, and lodge thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to undermine my mastery of the isle.
Oh, when had been done, thou didst prevent me, else I would now be called Caliban King.
Abhorred servant, on whom any prince of goodness wilt not stick. I pitied thee, took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or another, when thou didst, savage, not know thine own meaning, but wouldst gabble like a thing most brutish. I endowed thy purposes with words, to make them known. But thy vile heart, though thou didst learn, harbored evil that good could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined to this rock, when thou hast deserved more than a prison.
You taught me your language, and my profit on it is, I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Hag seed hence! Fetch a sin fuel and be quick. Thou wert best to answer other business. Shruggest thou malice? If thou neglectest, or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, make thee roar that beasts should tremble at thy din.
No, pray thee. Her art is of such power, it could control my mother's god Set, and make a vassal of him.
So, servant, hence!
Come unto these yellow sands and then take hands. Curtsied when you have and kissed the wild waves whist. Footed featly here and there, and sweet sprites the burthen bear. Hark, hark, I hear the strain of strutting chanticleer.
Where should this music be? I the air, or the earth? It sounds no more, and sure it waits upon some god of the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again, the queen, my mother, erect. This music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion. Thence I followed it, or it hath dawned me rather, but it is gone. No, it begins again.
For Oh, fathom 5, thy father lies, of his bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were his eyes, none him that doth fade, but doth suffer a sea change into something rich and strange. See nymphs hourly ring his snow. Hark! Now I hear them, ding dong bell.
Oh, the ditty doth remember my drowned mother. This is no mortal business, nor sound that the earth owns. I hear it now above me.
Fringed curtain of thine eye, advance and say what thou seest yond.
What is it? A spirit? Lord, how it looks about. Believe me, it carries a prey form. But, 'tis a spirit.
No, a girl. It eats and sleeps and has such senses as we have. This gallant which thou seest was in the wreck, but he's something stained with grief. Thou mightest call him a goodly person. He hath lost his fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call him a thing divine. For nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
Goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Huh. Goddess on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayer, may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give, how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder if you be maid or no?
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language, heavens! I am the best of them that speak this speech. Where I, but where 'tis spoken.
Oh, how the best! What wert thou if the Queen of Naples heard thee?
Ha, a single thing, as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. I am she, he, that whom with mine eye never since at ebb beheld the Queen, my mother, erect.
Oh, the heavens!
Alas, yes, faith, and all of her lords, the Duke of Merlin, and his brave son being twain.
The Duchess of Milan and her more braver daughter could control thee, if now 'twere fit to do it.
Oh, if your affection's not gone forth, I will make thee the Queen of Naples.
Soft, sir! One word more. I charge thee that thou attendest me.
No.
Thou dost hear usurp the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this island as a spy to win it from me, the lady on it.
There's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple. If the ill spirit have so fair a house, good things will strive to dwell with it.
Silence! One word more shall make me chide thee, if not hate thee. What? An advocate for an impostor? Hush! Thou thinkest there is no more such shapes as he, having seen but him and Caliban. Foolish wench, to the most of men, this is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections are then most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Obey me. Thy nerves are in their infancy again and have no vigor in them.
No, I'll resist such entertainment till mine enemy hath more power.
Oh, dear mother, make not you rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
Put thy sword up, traitor. Thou makest a show, but darest not strike. Thy conscience is so possessed with guilt, I can here disarm thee and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, mother.
Hence, hang not on my garments.
Mother, have pity. I'll be his surety.
An advocate for an impostor? Foolish wench. Come, follow me. Thy nerves are in their infancy again and have no vigor in them.
Oh, my spirits, as in a dream, are all bundled up. The weakness which I feel, the loss of my mother, the wreck of all my friends, nor this woman's threats, to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. Might I, once a day, through my prison, behold this maid. All corners else of the earth let liberty make use, have I space enough in such a prison.
It works. Follow me. Thou hast done well, fine Ariel. Hark what thou shalt do me. Hark what thou shalt do me.
To be of comfort. My mother's of a better nature, sir, than she appears by speech. This is unwanted which now came from her.
Thou shalt be as free as the mountain winds, but then exactly to all points of my command. Come, follow. Speak you not for him. He is a traitor.
Also have we all of joy, for our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchant and the merchant, have just our theme of woe. But for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good madam, weigh our sorrows with our comfort.
Paladin, that was great. They were
The visitor will not give him over, so.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wits. By and by it will strike.
Madam,
One. Tell.
when every grief is entertained, that's offered comes to the entertainer.
$1.
Dollar indeed comes to him. You have spoken more than you purposed.
You have taken it wisely, or not meant you should.
Therefore, my lady,
Fie, what a spendthrift he is of his tongue.
Prithee, spare.
well, I have done but yet.
He will be talking.
Which of he or Adriana, for a good wager, first begins to crow?
The old codger.
The dame.
Done. The wager.
A laughter.
A match.
Though this island seems to be desert,
Ha ha ha. So you're paid.
uninhabitable, and almost inaccessible.
Yet.
She could not miss it.
It must needs be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
I and as subtle as she most learnedly delivered.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
As if it had lungs, and rotten ones.
Or twere perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True, save means to live.
Of that there's none. Or little.
How lush and lusty the grass is, how green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
With an eye of green in it.
He missed not much.
No, he doth but mistake the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is almost beyond credibility.
As many rarities are.
Their garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, hold notwithstanding their freshness and new glosses, rather being new dyed than stained with salt water.
If but one of his pockets could speak, wouldn't he say he lies?
I or very falsely pocket up his report.
Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we first put them on in Africa, at the marriage of the Queen's fair daughter Clarabelle to the King of Tunis.
Was a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Not since Widow Ditto's time.
Widow Ditto? A pox of that. How came that widow in? Widow Ditto.
What if he had said widower Aeneas, too? Good Lord, how you take it.
Widow Ditto, said you. You make me study of that. She was of Carthage, not of Tunis.
This Tunis, madam, was Carthage.
Carthage?
I assure you, Carthage.
His word is more than the miraculous harp. He hath raised the wall and houses too.
What matter will he make easy next?
I think he will carry this island home in his pocket and give it to his son for an apple.
Aye, and sowing the kernels into the sea, bring forth more islands.
Aye.
Why, in good time.
Madam, we were talking that our garments seem now as fresh as when we first put them on in Africa, at the marriage of your daughter Clarabelle, who is now queen.
And the rest there came there.
Bait, I beseech you, Widow Ditto.
Widow Ditto, Widow Ditto.
Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean, in a sort.
That sort was well fished for.
When I wore it at your daughter's marriage?
You cram these words into my ears against the stomach of my senses. Would I never marry my daughter there? For coming thence, my son is lost, and in my rate she too is so far from Italy removed, I never again shall see her. Although mine heir in Naples and of Milan, what strange fish hath made his meal on thee?
Madam, he may live, for I saw him on the shore. With good arms and lusty stroke he swam, and I'm sure that he came alive to land.
No, he's gone.
Madam, you may thank yourself for this great loss. That would not bless our Europe with your daughter, but rather lose her to an African, where she at least is banished from your eye who hath cause to wet grief on it.
Prithee, peace.
You were kneeled to and importuned otherwise, by all of us, and the fair soul herself, weighed between loathness and obedience, at which end of the beam should bow. We have lost your son, I fear, forever. Milan and Naples have more widows in them of this business is making than we bring men to comfort them. The fault's your own.
So is the dearest of the lost.
My good Lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness, and, time to speak it in, you bring the plaster when you should rub the sore.
Very well.
And most charitably.
It is foul weather, all good madam, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather.
Very foul.
Had I a plantation of Versailles, my lord?
Held salt with needle seed.
Or docks. Or mallows.
And were the queen on it, what would I do?
Escape being drunk for want of wine.
I, the Commonwealth, I would by the contraries execute all things for no kind of traffic, while I meant no name of magistrate. Letters, riches, and use of service, none. Contract, succession, born, bound of land, tilth, vineyard, none. No use of metal, corn, wine, or oil. All men idle, all, and women too, but innocent and pure. No sovereignty.
Yet he would be king on it.
The latter end of his commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in combination should produce without having to endeavor sweat or treason, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine. What I do not have, nature should bring forth of its own kind, all poison, all abundance to feed my innocent people.
God save his majesty.
Long live Gonzalo!
And I will with such perfection govern, sir, that I would excel the golden age.
Good for you.
And do you mark me, madam?
Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
Very well, your highness. I only did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at absolutely nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this kind of merry fooling am nothing to you, so you can continue to laugh at nothing still.
What a blow is there given!
And it had not fallen flat long.
You are men of brave mettle. You would lift the moon out of her sphere if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
We would so, and then we would go a bat fouling.
Nay, my good lord, be not angry.
No, I warned you. I will not venture discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep? For I am very tired.
Go sleep and hear us.
What? So soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would, with themselves, shut up my thoughts. But I find they're inclined to do so.
Please you, madam, do not admit the heavy offer of it. It seldom does it sorrow. When it doth, it is a comforter.
We too, my lady, will guard yourself as you rest, and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wanders heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
Just the quality of the climate.
Why doth it not then our eyelids sink? I feel myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I, but my spirits as nimble, as they fall together as by consent, as drop as by a thunderstroke. Oh, what worthy Sebastian? Oh, what might? No more. Yet, methinks I see it in thy face. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What, art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakest out of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? This is a strange repose, to be asleep, with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
No, Sebastian, thou less our fortune sleep. Die, rather, while winkest while thou art waking.
Thou dost snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores.
I'm more serious to my custom. You must be so too, if heed me, which troubles thee o'er.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you how to flow.
Do so, to ebb. Hereditary sloth instructs me.
Oh, if you but knew how to purpose you to cherish it, while thus you mocks it and stripping it, ebbing men indeed, as most often do so, near the bottom by their own fear or sloth.
Prithee, say on. The setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim a matter from thee, and a birth indeed, which throws thee much to yield.
Thus, this Sir Prudence, for whenever he is earth, he is nothing but persuasion. For he is a spirit of persuasion, professes to persuade. The queen, her son's alive. 'Tis as impossible that he is undrowned, for whoever sleeps here swims.
I have no hope that he's undrowned.
Out of that no hope, great hope have you, a hope so high that ambition cannot pierce a wink beyond. But without discovery there, will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle.
Clarabelle?
She that is queen of Tunis, she that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life, can have no note, unless the sun were post. The man in the moon too slow, till newborn chins, rough and razorable, and she, from whom we are all sea-swallowed, and yet some cast again. And by that destiny to perform an act. And what is there past my prologue? What is to come in yours and my discharge?
What stuff is this? How say you? 'Tis true that Clarabelle's queen of Tunis. So is she heir of Naples, twixt which regions there is some space.
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out, how shall that Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis, and let Sebastian wake. Say, this were death, thou hast now seized them. They're no worse than they were already.
I think I understand you.
And how does your own good content tend your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your sister Prospera.
True, and look how well my garments sit upon me, much feeder than before. My sister's servants used to be my fellows, now they are my men.
But for your conscience?
Thus, sir, if 'twere a kibe, 'twould put me to my slipper. I feel no deity in my bosom. 20 consciences twixt me and Milan ere they molest. Here lies your sister, no better than the earth she lies upon. If she's what she's like right now, that's dead. And me with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it can lay a bed forever. And this ancient morsel, who should not abrade our course. For the others, they'll take suggestion as a cat laps milk. And they'll tell the clock to any business we say befits the hour.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gottest Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest, and I, the king, shall love thee.
Jaw together, and when I rear my hand, to fall it on Gonzalo.
Oh, but one word.
My mistress, through her art, foresees the danger that you, her friend, are in, and sends me forth, for else her project dies, to keep them living. While you hear the snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and beware. Awake, awake.
Then let's both be sudden.
Awake!
No, good angels, preserve the queen.
Why? How now? How awake? Before this ghastly looking.
What's the matter?
Whilst we stood here, securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing, like bulls, or rather, lions. Did it not wake you? It struck mine ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to fry a monster's ear, to make an earthquake. Surely must have been a whole herd of lions.
I heard you this, Gonzalo.
Upon mine honor, madam, I heard a noise that 'tis verily best that we stand upon our guard or that we quit this place tonight. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground. Let's make further search for my poor son.
Heavens keep him from these beasts, for he is sure in the island.
Lead away.
Chair, Barra, chair.
Prospera, my lady, shall know what I have done.
So, queen, go safely on and seek thy son.
all the infections that the sun sucks up, from bogs, fens, fats on Prospera, fallen maker by Inchmo disease. Her spirits hear me, yet it needs must curse, but there'll be nor pinch, fright me with urchin, shows, or pitch me in the mire, nor lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way unless she bid 'em. But for every trifle that are set upon me, sometimes like apes that mow and chatter at me, and after bite me, and then like hedgehogs that lie tumbling on my barefoot way, and sometimes mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometimes I am all wound with adders, who with cloven tongues do hiss me into madness. Lo, now, lo, here comes the spirit of hers, tormenting me for bringing my weapon slowly. I'll fall flat, perchance she will not find me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all, and another storm brewing. I hear it sing in the wind. Yon same black cloud, yon huge one, looks like a foul bombard that would shed its liquor. Oh, if it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. Yon same cloud cannot choose but fall by pailfuls. What have we here? A man? Or a fish? Dead? Or alive? A fish! He smells like a fish. A very ancient and fish-like smell. A strange fish. Were I in England now, as once I was, and had but this fish painted, not a holiday fool there would but give me a piece of silver. There would this monster make a man. Any strange beast there makes a man. When they will not give a doit or leave a lame beggar, they lazy out 10 to see a dead Indian. Legged like a man, and fins like arms, worn of my troth. I do now let loose my opinion. Hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Oh, alas, the storm has come again. My best way is to creep under his gabardine. No other shelter hereabouts. Misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I'll here be shrouded till the dregs of the storm are past.
Or to sea, here shall I die sure. This is a very scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort.
The master, the swabber, the boatswain, I, gunners, mate, love now, Meg, Marie, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate, for she had a tongue with a tang, would cry to sailors go hang, then to the sea the boys, and let her go hang.
This is a very scurvy tune, too. Here's my comfort.
Do not torment me.
What's the matter? Have we devils here? Do they play tricks upon savages or men of end? Ha! I have not escaped drowning to be afraid of your 4 legs. It hath been said as Proverbs man can never go on 4 legs, cannot make him give ground. And it shall be said, so again, while Stephano breathes as nostrils.
Her spirits torment me.
This is some monster of the isle with 4 legs, who hath got, as I take it, an ague. Where the devil should you learn our language?
I will give him some relief, if it be but for that. If I can recover him, and keep him tame, and get to navels with him, he shall be a present for any emperor that ever trods on these leather.
Thou dost me have a little hurt. That was anon. I know by thy trembling. Now Prospero works upon thee.
He shall taste of my bottle. If he had never drunk wine before, I shall go near and remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I will not charge too much for him. He shall pay for him. That half him, and that soundly. Come your ways. Open your mouth. Here's which will give language to you. Cat, open your mouth. This will shake your shaking. I can tell you, and that soundly, you cannot tell who is your friend. Open your chaps again.
I should know that voice. It should be, but
He is drowned and these are devils. Oh, defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices? Most delicate monster. His forward voice is to speak well of his friend, while his backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help him ague. Come, amen. I'll pour some into thy other mouth.
Stephano!
Doth thy other mouth call me? Mercy, mercy, this is a devil, and no, monster, I will leave. I have no long spoon.
Stephano, if thou beest Stephano, touch me and speak to me, for I'm Trinculo. Be not afeard, thy good friend Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. If any of these legs be Trinculo's legs, these are they. Thou art very Trinculo indeed! How camest thou to the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos?
I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. But art thou not drowned, Stephano? And you, Lorenzo? Oh, I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? I hid me under the dead moon calf's gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living? Oh, Stephano, Trinculo, and Lorenzo, 3 Neapolitans escaped.
Really do not turn me about. My stomach is not constant.
These be fine things. If they be not sprites, that's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
He's in his fit now and does not talk after the wisest.
I'll swear upon the bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Swear by this bottle how thou escapest. We escaped on the butt of a sack which the sailors heaved overboard. By this bottle, which I made out of the bark of a tree with my very own hands since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon the bottle to be thy true subject, for the liquor is not earthly.
Here, swear then how thou escapest.
Swim ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Why, man, a duck can't swim not half as well as thee.
Here, kiss the book. Thou canst swim like a duck, but thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stephano, hast any more of this?
The whole butt, man. How now, mooncalf? How does thine ague?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
I, the moon, I do assure thee. I was the man the moon when time was.
I have seen thee in her, and I do adore thee. My mistress showed me thee, and thy dog, and thy bush.
Swear to that. Kiss the book. I'll furnish it anon with new contacts. Swear.
By this good light, it's a very shallow monster. I have feared of him, a very weak monster.
A most poor, credulous monster. Well-drawn monster, in good sooth.
I'll show thee every fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I pray thee, be my god.
By this good light, this is a very perfidious and drunken monster. When his god's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
Come on then, down and swear!
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster, a most scurvy monster. I could find it in my heart to beat him.
To come and kiss!
But that the poor monsters and drink, an abominable monster.
How now, monster? How is... Fine.
A most
ridiculous monster to make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
A most astute monster to see the wisdom and folly and the genius in drink.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the time that I serve. I'll bear her no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
I prithee now, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
I pray thee, let me bring thee where crabs grow, and I, with my long nails, will dig thee fat pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, instruct thee how to snare a mimwin marmoset. I'll bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I'll get thee young scamels from the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
I prithee, lead the way without any more talking. Trinculo, the queen and all our company else be dead. We will inherit here and here. Bear my bottle. Fellow Trinculo, brother Lorenzo, we will fill 'em up by and by again.
Farewell, master. Farewell, farewell.
A howling monster, a drunken monster.
A most manly, monstrous monster. A monster for all mankind.
No more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetch and firing at requiring, nor scrape trencher, nor wash dish. Ban, Caliban. Has a new master, get a new man. Freedom, heyday, heyday, freedom. Freedom, heyday, freedom.
Oh, brave monster, lead the way.
Therefore, some spores are painful, and their labors, delight in them sets off some kinds of baseness, which are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious. My mistress weeps when she sees me work, and says such baseness had never like executor. She is 10 times more gentle than her mother's crab, and she's composed of harshness. I must remove some 1,000 of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work. Yes, I do even forget, but these sweet thoughts do refreshen my labors, busy lest when I do them.
Alas now, pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burn up those logs that you were enjoined to pile. Pray, set it down and rest you. When this burns, it will weep for having wearied you. My mother is hard at study. Pray now, rest yourself. She's safe for these 3 hours.
No, precious creature, the sun shall set before I will finish what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray, give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature, I had rather break my back and crack my sinews than you should undergo such dishonor, while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease, for my good will is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, 'tis fresh morning with me. When you are by at night, I do beseech you chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my mother, I broke your hest to say so.
I am in my condition a prince. I do think a king. I would not endure this wooden slavery, then suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant I saw you, my heart did fly to your service, and there it resides, making me slave to it. Thus, for your sake, I am this patient log man.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound with kind events, if hollowly invert what is best boded me to mischief. I, beyond all else, do love, prize, and honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Well then, wherefore you weep?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself, the bigger bulk it shows. Hence, bashful cunning, and prompt me, plain and holy innocence. I am your wife if you will marry me. If not, I'll tie your maid. To be your fellow, you may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no.
My mistress dearest, and I, thus humbled ever.
My husband, then?
Here is my hand.
And mine, with my heart in it. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heavens rain grace on that which breeds between them.
So glad of this as they, I cannot be, who are surprised with all. But my rejoicing at nothing can be more. Out to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
When the butt is out, we will drink water, not a drop before. Therefore, bear up and board them. Serpent monster, drink to me.
Serpent monster, the folly of this isle. They say there are 6 on the isle. We are 4 of them. The other 2 be brained like us. The state totters.
Drink, serpent monster. When I bid thee, thy eyes are almost set in thy head.
Well, where should they be set else? He were a brave monster indeed if they were set in his tail.
My man, monster, half drowned tongue and sack, for my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam ere I could recover the shore, 35 leagues off and on. By this light, thou shalt be my lieutenant, monster, or my standard.
Your lieutenant, if you list. He is no standard.
We'll not run, Monsieur Monster.
Nor go neither, yet you'll lie like dogs, and yet say nothing neither.
Mooncalf, speak once in thy life, if thou beest a good mooncalf.
How does thou honor? Let me lick thy shoe. I'll not serve him. He's not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster. I'm encased to justly a constable. Why thou debauched fish thou? Was there ever man a coward that hath drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell a monster sly, being but half a fish and half a monster?
Lo, lo, how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Lord, quoth he, that a monster should be such a natural.
Lo, lo again, biting to death. I prithee.
Trinculo, keep a good tongue in thy head. If thou provest a mutineer, the next tree, the poor monsters, my subject, and ye shall not suffer indignity.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
Mary, I will kneel and repeat it. I shall stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee before, I'm a subject to a tyrant that by her cunning hath cheated me of the isle.
Thou liest.
Thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou! I and my valiant mistress would destroy thee! I do not lie.
Lorenzo, If you trouble him in any more worse tale, by this hand I will supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Mum then, and no more. Proceed.
I say by sorcery she got this isle. From me she got it. If thy greatness will revenge it on her, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I'll serve thee.
How shall this free compass? Canst thou bring me to the party?
Yea, yea, my lord. All you hear thee asleep, where thou mayest knock a nail into her head.
Thou liest, thou canst not.
Thou scurvy patch, I do beseech thy greatness. Give him blows and take his bottle from him. When that's gone, he shall drink naught but brine, for I'll not show him where the quick freshes are.
Trinculo, interrupt thy monster by one word further, and by this hand, I will turn my mercies out the door and make a starfish of thee.
Why, what did I? I did nothing. I'll go farther off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest.
Do I so? Take no that! As you like it, give me the lie another time.
I did not give the lie. Out of your wits and bearings too, this can sack and drinking do. I'm a rain on your monster, and the devil take your fingers.
Now, prithee, stand farther. Proceed.
Why? As I told you, 'tis a custom with her. In the afternoon to sleep, there thou mayest brain her. Having first seized a book, or with a log, batter her skull, or punch her with a stake, or cut her weazen with thy knife. Remember, first to possess her books, for without them she is but a sot, as I am, nor hath not one spirit to command. They all do hate her, as rudely as I. And when she has a house, she'll deck with all, and that most deeply to consider is the beauty of her daughter. She herself calls her a non-peril. I never saw a woman, but only Sycorax my dam and she, but she far surpasseth Sycorax, as greatest does least.
Is it so brave a lass?
Could such a creature live on this island?
Aye, Lord, she'll become thy wife, I warrant.
Mary, I will kill this woman, her daughter, and I shall be king and queen. Save our graces. Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
Give me thy hand, I am sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
This I will tell my mistress.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be jocund. Wilt thou be pleased to troll the catch you taught me about while ere?
At thy request, monster, I will do reason. Any reason. Trinculo, let us sing. Flout them and scout them and scout them and flout them. Thought is free.
That is not the tune.
What is the same?
This is the tune of our catch, played by the picture of nobody. If thou beest a man, show thyself likeness. If thou beest a devil, take thou out the list.
Oh, forgive me my sins.
Bless me, sweet fates, I'm too young to die. He that dies pays all debts, I defy thee. Mercy upon us.
Art thou a fear?
No monster, not I.
Be not afraid. This island is full of noises. Sounds of sweet airs that bring light and burn. Sometimes a thousand twinkling instruments will hum about my ears. And sometimes voices, if I wake up the long sleep, will make me sleep again. And then in the clouds will fall over. And shadows rain drop on me, and wait till I fly to
I will have my music for nothing.
when Prospera is destroyed.
That shall be by and by. I remember the story.
Sounds going on. Let's follow and after you are.
Hey, monster. I would I could see this tabor. He lays it on.
Well, come. I'll follow Stefano.
And I as well, before the devils find us again.
Byre Larkin, I can go no further, madam. I'm amazed, trial indeed. Through forthright and menders, I needs must rest me.
Oh Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness to the dulling of my spirits. Sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hopes and keep it no longer for my flouters. He is drowned, whom thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our fresh search on land. Well, let him go.
I'm glad that she's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the resolve to effect.
Next advantage we will take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight, for they are oppressed with travel. They will not nor cannot use such vigilance as they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What is this harmony? My good friends, hark.
Marvelous, sweet music.
Give us kind keepers, heavens. What were these?
A living drollery. Now I will believe that there are unicorns, that in Arabia there is one tree, the phoenix's throne, one phoenix at this hour reigning there.
I'll believe both, and who else wants credit comes to me, for travelers near did lie, but fools at home condemned them.
If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me if I said I saw such islanders? For certes, these are people of the island, who, yet they are of monster shape, yet note that they are more gentle kind spirits than of our own human generation you shall find, many, nay almost any.
Honest Lord, thou hast spoke well. For some of you here are worse than devils.
They vanished strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind. For we have stomachs. Will it please you to taste of what is here?
Not I.
Faith, sir, you need not fear. When we were boys who believed we saw such mountaineers, dewlaps like bulls whose throats had hang at 'em, wallets of flesh.
Or that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, which now we find, each put out of for 5 or 1 will give us good warrant of.
I will stand to and feed. Although in my last, no better since, the best is past. Brother, my lord, the duke, stand to and do as we.
You three are men of sin,
Whom destiny that hath to instrument this lower world, the never surfeited sea hath caused to belch up you.
and on this island, where men doth not inhabit, you amongst men be most unfit to live. I have made you mad, and even with such like valor men hang.
And drown their proper selves.
You fools, I and my fellows are ministers of fate. The elements, of whom your swords are tempered, may as well wound the loud winds.
Or with the mock that stabs kill the still closing waters, as diminish one dowel that's in my foot.
My fellow ministers are like invulnerable. If you could hurt, your swords are now too massy for your strengths, and will not be uplifted. But remember, for that's my business to you,
That you three from the lawn did supplant good Prospero, exposed unto the sea, which hath requited her and her innocent child,
for which foul deed the powers,
delaying,
not forgetting, have incensed the seas and shores.
yea, all the creatures against
Your peace. The of thy son, Alfonsina, they have bereft.
and do pronounce by me lingering tradition,
Worse than any death can be at once.
shall step by step ahead you and your ways,
Whose wrath to guard you from,
which here in this most desolate isle
else falls upon your heads,
is nothing but heart sorrow.
and a clear life ensuing.
hast thou performed, my Ariel? A grace it had devouring. Of my instruction hast thou nothing, badest in what thou hadst to say. So with good life and observation strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done. My high charms work, and these mine enemies are all knit up in their destructions. They now are in my power. And in these fits I leave them, whilst I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, his and my loved darling.
In the name of something holy, madam, why stand you in this strange state?
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing to me. The dreadful organ pipe pronounced the name of Prospero. It did base my trespass, and no matter sins, my son in mud is ooze, and I will seek him deeper and deeper than air plummet sounded.
But 1 feet at a time. I'll fight thy legion's oar. I'll be thy second.
All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt to work like poison given a great time after. Now it begins to bite the spirits. I do beseech you, those that are of supple joints, follow them swiftly and hinder them from what ecstasy may provoke them to.
Follow, I pray you.
Chair bearer, chair, come on now.
To austerely punish you, your compensation makes amends. For I have here given you a third of mine old life, that which I live, which once again I tender to thy care. All thy vexations were but trials of thy love, and thou hast stood the test. Here, afore heaven, I ratify this, my rich gift. O Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast her off, for thou shalt find she shall outstrip all praise, and make it halt behind her.
I do believe it. Against an oracle.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition, worthily purchased, take my daughter.
As I hope for quiet days, long life, fair issue, the strongest suggestion, nor the murkiest den, the most opportune place, shall never melt mine honor into dishonor, to take away the sanctity of our union.
Fairly spoke. Sit, then, and talk with her. She is thine own. What? Ariel. My industrious servant, Ariel.
What would my potent master? Here I am.
Thou and thy meaner fellows at your last service did worthily perform, and I must use you in such another trick. Go, bring the rabble, over whom I give thee power, here, to this place. Incite them to quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently?
I, with a twink?
Before you can say come and go,
and breathe twice and cry,
so, each one tripping on his toe,
we'll be here with mop and mow.
Do you love me, master? No?
Oh, dearly, my delicate Ariel. Do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
Well, I conceive.
Look you, be diligent. Do not give dalliance too much rein. The strongest oaths were straw to the fire and the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warrant you, madam, the cold white snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Fairly spoke. Sit then and talk with her. Come, Ariel, bring a quarry rather than want a spirit. Appear and pertly. No tongue, all eyes. Be silent.
Ceres, most bounteous lady, thy rich lees of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas, thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatchest over them to keep. Thy banks with high and indole brims, with spongy April at thy hespit trims, to make cool nymphs chast crowns in thy broom groves, whose shadow the dismissed bachelor loves. Being last lorn thy rich vineyard in thy sea march, lifeless and craggy, for thyself dost air the queen o' sky, whose watery arch messenger am I, bids thee leave these and with her sovereign grace, in this grass plot, in this fairy place, to come and sport her peacock's fly mane. Approach rich Ceres, here to entertain.
Hail, many-colored messenger, that ne'er dost disobey the wife of Jupiter, whose saffron wings upon my flowers diffuses honey drops, refreshing showers, and with each end of thy blue bow dost down these bosky acres and this unshrubbed down, rich scarf to my proud earth. Why hath thy queen summoned me hither to this short grass green?
A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to a state, on the blessed lovers.
Tell me, heavenly bow, if Venus or her son, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen, since they did plot the means that dusky disk my daughter got, her and her blind boy's scandal company I have forsworn.
Of her society, be not afraid. I met her deity, cutting clouds towards Paphos her son, dove drawn with her. Here it seems some wanton charm upon this man and maid, whose vows are laid beneath the altar.
Highest queen of state, great Juno comes. I know her by her gait.
How does my bounteous sister come with me to honor this twain, that they may be blessed and prosperous in their issue? Honor, riches, marriage, blessings, long continuance and increasing, hourly joys bestow upon you. Juno sings her blessings upon you.
Earth's increase, boys in plenty, barns and gardeners never empty, vines with clustering bunches growing,
plants with goodly earthen belly. Spring come to you at the farthest, in the very end of harvest. Scarcity and want shall shun you. Ceres' blessing so is on you.
Wow, this is a most majestic vision and harmoniously charming. May I be so bold to think the spirits?
Yeah, spirits, which by mine art I have called forth from their confines to enact my present fancies.
Oh, so rare a world, wondered mother and wife, makes this place paradise. Oh, let me live here ever.
Sweet now, silence. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. There is something else to do.
You nymphs call naiads of the windering brooks, with your sedge crowns and ever harmless looks. Leave your crisp channels into this green land. Answer your summons, Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, and help celebrate a contract of true love. Be not too late. You sunburnt sicklemen of August weary, come hither from the furrow and be merry. Make holiday your rye straw hats put on. And these fresh nymphs encounter everyone in the country footing.
Oh! I forgot the foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates against my life. The minute of their plot is almost come. Well done! Avoid no more!
Huh, this is strange. Your mother's in some passion that works her strangely.
Never till this day saw I her touched with anger so distempered.
You do look, my son, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These are actors. As I foretold you, we're all spirits and are melted into air, to thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, yea, all which it inherits shall dissolve, and like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness, my brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you please, retire into my cell, and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish your peace.
Come, with a thought I thank thee, Ariel, come.
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What's thy pleasure?
Spirit, we must prepare to meet with Caliban.
My commander, when I presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it.
But I feared lest I might anger thee.
Say again, where didst thou leave these varlets?
I told you, madam, they were red hot with drinking.
So fun of valor that they smote the air for breathing in their faces.
Beat the ground for kissing of their feet, yet always bending towards their project.
Then I beat my tabor,
at which, like unbacked colts, they pricked their ears,
advanced their eyelids,
lifted up their noses as they smelt music. So I charmed their ears, the calf-like they my lowing followed through toothed briars,
sharp furzes,
pricking goss and thorns,
which entered their frail shins.
At last, I left them in the filthy mantled pool beyond your cell.
There dancing up to the chins, that the foul lacor stunk their feet.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. Trampling in my house, go, bring it hither, for sale to catch these thieves.
I go.
I go. A devil, a born devil, on whose nature, nurture can never stick, on whom my pains, humanely taken, are all lost, quite lost. As with age, his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring. Come, hang them on this line.
Pray, tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear a footfall. Now we are near her cell.
Monster, you're a fairy. What you say is so harmless. Fairy has done nothing but play jack with us.
Monster, I do smell all wet horse, at which my nose is in great indignation.
So is mine. Do you hear, monster? If I should take this pleasure against you, look, you!
Thou wert but a lost monster.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to hearken once again to the suit I made to thee?
I but to lose our bottles in the pool.
There is not only disgrace and dishonor in that, monster, but an infinite loss.
That's more to me than my wedding. Yet this is your harmless fairy, monster.
I will fetch off my bottle, though I be over ears for my labor.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise and enter. Do that good mischief which may make this island thine own forever. And I thy Caliban, for I thy foot liquor.
Give me thy hand. I begin to have bloody thoughts.
O King Stephano, O peer, O worthy Stephano, look, what a wardrobe here is for thee.
Put off that gown, Trinculo. By this hand I will have that gown.
Thy grace shall have it.
Let it alone, thou fool. It is but trash.
Monster, we know what belongs to a frippery. O King Stephano.
Be quiet, you monster. Mistress Line, is this not my jerkin? Now is my jerkin under the line? Now is my jerkin to loose all its hair and prove a ball jerkin?
Do. We steal by line and level. Ants like your grace.
I thank thee for that jest. Here's a garment for it, which shall not go unrewarded by I am king of this country. Steal by line, level is an excellent pass of pate.
You drops
Here's
and drowns, fool. What do you mean to dote thus on such luggage?
Monster, come. Put some lime upon your fingers, and away with the rest.
I will have none on it. We shall lose our time, and be turned to barnacles, or to apes with foreheads villainous low.
Monster, lay to your fingers. Help bear this where my hogshead wine is, or I will turn you out of my kingdom. Go to, carry this.
And this.
Aye, and this. Hey, Mountain, hey! There's harm there, hark.
Go! Charge my globulins that they grind their joints with dry convulsions. Shorten up their sinews and more pinch spot and make them than a pard or a catamountain.
Hark, they roar.
Let them be hunted soundly. At this hour lie in my mercy all mine enemies. Shortly shalt thou have the air of freedom. For a little follow and do me service.
Now does my project gather to a head.
My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. Say, spirit, how's the day?
On the 6th hour, my lady, at which time you said our work should cease.
I did so say. When I first raised the Tempest. Ooh, say, spirit, how fares the queen and followers?
Confined together in the same fashion as you gave charge, just as you left them.
All prisoners, madam, in the Lion Grove, which weatherfins your cell.
They cannot budge till your release.
The queen,
her brother,
and yours
abide all three distracted.
The remainder mourning over them, brimful of sorrow and dismay.
But chiefly him that you termed, madam, the good old Lord Gonzalo, his tears to run down his beard.
Like winter's drops from eaves of reeds.
Your charm so strongly works them that if you now beheld them, your affections
would become
tender.
Dost thou think so?
Mine would, madam.
Were I human.
And mine shall. Hast thou, which art but air, a touch, a feeling of their afflictions, shall not I, one of their kind, that relish all as sharply, be kindlier moved than thou art? Though with their high wrongs I am struck to the quick. Yet with my nobler reason gainst my fury do I take part. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, my plan doth extend, not a frown further. Go, release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, madam.
Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune, do fly him when he comes back. You demi puppets, that by moonshine do the green, sour ringlets make, whereof the ewe not bites. You, whose pastime it is to make the midnight mushrooms, that rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though you be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds. And twixt the green sea and the azured vault set roaring war. The dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong-based promontory have I made shake. Graves at my command have opened, wake their sleepers and let them forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure. And when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, I'll break my staff, bury it in certain fathoms of the earth, and deeper than ever did plummet sound, I'll drown my book. There stand you, if your spell stopped! Holy Gonzalo, honorable man, mine eyes, even sociable to the show of thine, while fellowly drops. Charm dissolves apace, and as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so their senses, rising, begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clear reason.
Oh, good Gonzalo, my true preserver, and a loyal sir to her you service, I will pay thy graces home, both in word and in deed.
Most cruelly didst thou, Alfonsina, use me and my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer in the act. Not pinch for it now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood, you brother mine, who entered
ambition, expelled remorse and nature, who here with Sebastian, whose inward pinches are therefore most strong, would have here killed your queen. I do forgive thee, natural though thou art. Come yourself, haste, and the approaching tide shall shortly fill their reasonable shores that now lie foul and muddy. Not one of them that yet looks on me would know me, Ariel. I will discase me myself, as I was sometime present, Milan. Goodly spirit, thou shalt ere long be free.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I.
There I couch when owls do cry.
In the cowslip's bell I lie.
On the bat's back I do fly.
After summer merrily, merrily, merrily shall I live now, under the blossom that hangs on the bough.
Oh, dearly my delicate Ariel, I shall miss thee. To the queenship, invisible as thou art, there thou shalt find the mariners, asleep, all under hatches stowed. The master of the boatswain, being awake, enforced them to this place, and presently I prithee.
I drink the air before me,
and return, or ere your pulse twice beat.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, Madam Queen, the wronged Duchess of Milan, Prospera. And for more assurance that a living prince does speak to thee, I embrace thy body, and to thee in thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
If thou beest prosper. Madness held me, and how should you be here and be living?
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
Whereas be or be not, I'll not swear.
You do yet taste some subtlety of the isle that will not let you believe all things certain. Welcome, my friends all. But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I could pluck her highness's frown upon you and justify you as traitors. At this time, I will tell the tale.
The devil speaks in her.
No! For you, most wicked sir, whom to call brother would even infect my mouth. I do forgive thee. Strange that thou art. Oh, and give him back my duchy.
If thou beest prosper, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, whom 3 hours since were wrecked upon the shore, where I've lost a sharpest point of remembrances, my tears unfurled.
I woe for it, madam.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience as it is past your cure.
I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace I, for the like loss, have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You? The like loss?
As great to me as late, and supportable to make the dear loss, have by means much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost my daughter.
A daughter? That they were both living in Naples, a king and queen there. I wish myself were mudded in that oozy bed. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest, I perceive these lords at this encounter do so much admire that they devour their reason, and scarce think their eyes do them offices of truth. Their words are natural. But howsoever you have been jostled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospera. And that very Duchess who is thrust forth of Milan, who, most strangely, upon this shore where you were wrecked, was landed to be the lady on it. But no more of this, for 'tis a chronicle of day by day, not befitting
subjects none abroad. Pray you look in. My duchy, since you have given me again, I'll requite you with as good a thing. At least bring forth a wonder, to content ye as much as me, my duchy.
Sweet Lord, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, and for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play.
If this prove a vision of the island, one son shall I twice lose.
A most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten, they are merciful. I curse them without cause.
Say thou hast noticed here.
Ma'am, she is mortal, but by immortal providence, she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my mother for her advice, and nor thought I had one. She is famous daughter of the Duchess of Milan, of whom I have so often heard renowned, but never saw before. A second mother, this lady makes her to me.
I am hers. Oh, how oddly it would sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
There, madam, stop. Let us not burden our remembrance with the heaviness that's gone.
I have inly wept or should have spoke air on this. Look down, you God, and on this couple drop a blessed crown. Through it is you that have chalked forth the way that brought us hither.
Say, Amen, Gonzalo.
Amen, Gonzalo.
Was Milan thus from Milan, that as this should become king of Naples, or rejoice beyond a common joy, and sit down with gold on lasting pillars? And one voyage did Claribel her husband find at Tunis, and Ferdinand her brother a wife when he himself was lost, and Prospera her dukedom, in a poor isle when all of us ourselves, when no man was his own.
Give me your hands. Like grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
Be it so. Amen.
Amen. Oh, look, sir. I prophesied if there were a gallows on land, that this man could not drown. Now blasphemy that swears grace overboard, not an oath on shore. Hast thou no mouth by land? What is the news?
The best news is we've safely found our queen and company. The next, our ship, which but 3 glasses since we gave up split, is as tight in the air and as bravely rigged as when we first put out to sea.
Say, how thou hast met us here?
If I didn't think ma'am are all awake, I'd strive to tell you. We are dead of sleep, and how we know not, all clapped under hatches. We're even now, with strange and startling noises of roaring, shrieking, howling, jingling chains, and more diversity of sounds, all horrible. We are awaked straightway at liberty, and in all her trim, fresh be beheld our royal, good, and gallant ship, the master capering die here on a trice, so please you. Even in a dream, we were divided from them and brought moping hither.
My mistress, all this have I done since I went.
My tricksy spirits.
This is as strange as airmen trod. In some business, some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Madam, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. At picked leisure, which shall be shortly, single, I'll resolve you, which to you shall seem probable, of every these happened accidents, since I have come to this isle. Till when be cheerful, think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit, set Caliban his companions free, untie the spell. Say, my gracious one, how fares thou? There are yet some missing of your company, a few odd lads that you remember not.
Every man shift for all the rest.
and let no man shift for himself. All is but fortune. Cargo, bully master! Cargo!
These be true spies which I wear in my head. There's a goodly sight.
Oh, Sebados, these be brave spirits indeed. I'll find my masters. I'm afraid she will chastise me.
What things are these, my lord Antonio? Will money buy them?
Very light. One of them is just a plain fish, and no doubt marketable.
Mark with the badges of these men, my lord. This misshapen knave, his mother was a witch, and one so strong who control the moon, make ebbs and flows, and deal in her command with outward power. These four have robbed me, and have plotted with this demi-devil, to take my life. 3 of these fellows you must know and own. The thing of darkness, I acknowledge mine.
I shall be pinched to death.
Look you, Sirrah, to my cell, and as you look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
I that I will, and I'll be wise hereafter and seek for grace. What a thrice double ass was I, to take this drunkard for a god and worship his dull fool.
Go to away.
This is weird.
Madam, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night, which part of I shall waste with such discourse as, I doubt not, shall make you go quickly back. The story of my life and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this isle. Then in the morn I'll take thee to thy ship, and so to Naples, where I hope to see the nuptial of these, our dearly beloved, solemnized. Thence retire me to my Milan, where every third thought shall be my grave.
Hence, and bestow your luggage where you found it.
I'll deliver all.
Stole it, rather.
I will deliver all, and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious you shall catch your royal fleet far off. Ariel, my chick, that is thy charge, and into the elements and be free. Fare thou well.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take an ear strangely.
Chair bearer, chair. Come on now, 3rd time. All you have to do is pick it up.
Now my charms are all overthrown, and what strength I have is mine own, which is most faint. Now, 'tis true, I must here be confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, since I have, which my due got, and pardoned the deceiver dwell on this fair island by your spell, but release me from my bands with the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair. Unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces to the assault, mercy itself, and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardon be, let your indulgence set me free. Let's go. Ready?
Fletch? Let's go, Fletcher. Luke, hey, hey. Luke. Get in front of me, get in front of me. I'm about to pick you up, brother. No. Yeah! Let's go, Sam! Yeah! Hey, spread out. Jones. Let's go. Move your luggage. Let's go. Let's go. Next year, again.
Speaking of, our first one, Ned Coleman, our audio supervisor. Speaking of Ned Coleman, we also want to thank Smarter Systems, who not only was a Monarch sponsor, but they donated all of the AV equipment that we needed to complete a Shakespeare cast. Now, and if you've been around for more than 3 or 4 years, you really understand how much of a gift that is. So thank you. Now, also, our playbill cover art, Sarah Gerstmeyer, Sophia Hernandez-Vasquez, and Ellery Watkins. Playbill design was Kim Watkins. Our director of the Shakespeare Festival, Kelly Eanes. All of her wonderful assistants, Sarah Kern, Sidra Halver, Tammy Hyman. Yeah! Tammy Hyman was also our Maypole dance choreographer, and Brittany Wolf and Christine Horton helped wonderfully. Yeah! To Ashley Hill, our games coordinator, and Paul Winley. Craft for Ashley Hill, games, Paul Winley. Photographers, Amber Dowholt and Sally Lambeth, thank you. Thank you also to the Little Theater of Winston-Salem. They allowed us to borrow many of their props and set pieces. And I'm getting near the end. Thank you to our teachers and our parents for transporting and waiting and all of the things that go along with a wonderful Shakespeare setup and takedown and performance. And, by the way, do you see all these different crews? We had a sound crew. We had a makeup and costume student crew. We had a set crew. They're amazing, by the way. We saw so many wonderful leadership gifts grow. Great job. And, of course, to our crew, our cast. Now, we have to recognize 4 very important people who, without, we could not have had this wonderful performance. First of all, Miss Amy Lindsay, our executive producer. Yeah. Will you please come down?
Izzy, she's over there. She's coming down.
Next, this is official name, costume mistress, Mrs. Deborah Amadio. Yeah! Our assistant director, Miss Rachel Williamson. Yeah! And last but not least, our official director, Mr. Preston Lindsay. Yeah! Yeah! handed a speech.
That'd be great.
Speech!
All right, calm down. Hi, I feel like I should apologize because every year I swear I'm going to make this shorter and then I make it longer, and I'm really sorry, but also not really at all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for allowing us to have stewardship of your wonderful children. It is an absolute blessing to be able to work with them. It is something that I look forward to every year and that I miss immensely as soon as it's over. So this year in particular somehow ended up becoming one of our most involved productions. I don't really know how that happened, but we had like people on sound effects. I don't know if you guys knew, but Jack Hatch was the one doing all those sound effects in the back, so I want to give it up for him.
Let's go, Jack!
I mean, we really, every year, my goal is to give more and more of this to the students, and they really do step up. So from sound effects to costumes to this year we had videographers. I think I see Ellery Watkins and Shelton White over there manning the cameras. So the more we can get them involved, the better. My goal is to do as little as possible, not just because I'm lazy, but because I love seeing them empowered and seeing how they really do rise to the occasion. I know some people might think that middle schoolers might not have the most drive or desire to do something like produce a Shakespeare play, but every year I see these kids prove that wrong. And I see their amazing commitment, their desire for excellence, and just the awesome creativity that they show. So I am very, very happy to do this. I am very grateful to have these kids. I'm very sad to see some of them go this year. And I'm glad we have one more performance tomorrow. Thank you all very much.
Yeah! Zeno chanting preach.
And yes, great job to our publications crew and photography. Now, before you leave, can you please make sure you've picked up around you? Our crew really would like to go to Dario really, really soon, but pick up around you if you want an extra playbill. There's some in the back. And have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Thank you for coming.
Chicken